And finally, Barron Trump is into the second semester of his freshman year at the New York University. Known for his towering 6'7" frame and reserved demeanor, he's stepping away from a sheltered upbringing into the bustling chaos of campus life.
Barron Trump is already starting to follow in his father's footsteps by continuing his business legacy. He is now planning to start his own luxury real estate company. Barron Trump, who is only 18 years old, has already gained the respect of the national political landscape in the United States. He did this by providing Donald Trump with the kind of artillery support he needed during the presidential elections in 2024, which his father won by a historic margin. Barron Trump has finally broken his long silence and confirmed what we all thought to be true. Stay tuned until the end to see a revelation that will really surprise you. You will want to be sure to see this. How did Melania and Trump meet? Donald Trump and his wife Melania Trump have been together for 20 years and have remained by each other's side throughout that time. On January 20th, at his inauguration, Trump was officially sworn in for a second time as President of the United States, with his wife by his side. At the event, Melania Trump wore a long navy coat and a wide-brimmed hat. She mostly avoided the public eye during her husband's campaign, but the president has previously stated that he prefers it that way. Kristen Welker asked Trump during an interview with Today in September 2023 when his wife would accompany him on the campaign trail. He answered her by saying that she was a private person and that it would be soon, yes, very soon, when the time was right. To be honest, I prefer to keep her away from it. Trump described the campaign trail as so nasty and so mean. Let's take a look back at the couple's long partnership, from the time they first met to the time they became the first family, so that we can learn more about them. In 1998, Paolo Zampoli, a former modeling agent, hosted a party for New York Fashion Week. The event was attended by Donald Trump and a model who was born in Slovenia and was then known as Melania Naus. It was there that the two of them met each other in person for the first time. However, Donald Trump was not the only person at the event. That night, the real estate mogul, who was separated from his second wife, Marla Maples, at the time, was seen with yet another woman on his arm. He was on a date at the time, and he asked me for my number, but I didn't give it to him, the future First Lady later explained in a 2016 interview with Harper's Bazaar. I told you that I am not going to give you my phone number. You need to give me your number, and then I will call you. I was curious to find out what kind of number he would give me. What is this, if it is a business number? I will not be doing business with you. On the other hand, she remembered that he had given her all of his contact information, including his home in New York, his office, Mar-a-Lago, and everything else. She waited a few days before calling him. She told the publication that she was impressed by his energy. He has an incredible sense of energy. Donald Trump and Maples, who share a daughter named Tiffany, separated in 1997. However, their divorce was not finalized until 1999, almost 6 years after they had gotten married. In fact, they had been together for a longer period of time than that. In the late 1980s, Donald Trump began dating Maples while he was still married to his first wife, Ivana Trump. Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump are the 3 children that he and Ivana Trump had together during their 15-year marriage. Donald Trump continued to pursue his budding relationship with the future Melania Trump after his second divorce was finalized. Donald Trump made his first attempt at presidential politics in 2000 when he sought the nomination of the Reform Party. He made the announcement earlier that year that he and Melania Naus had separated. In January, Donald Trump told James Barron, a columnist for the New York Times Public Lives, that Melania is an incredible woman, a wonderful woman, and a fantastic woman. Barron said that Trump looked as sincere as anyone could imagine him looking, and she added that she would be missed. However, she was not gone for long. By February of that same year, Trump had dropped out of the race for the Reform Party and was once again photographed with his girlfriend. In 2004, Donald Trump and his future wife went to the Met Gala, which is the biggest fashion event of the year. However, that night, the couple put their sartorial celebration on hold because Donald Trump used the event as an extravagant setting to pop the question. The bride-to-be told the New York Post that their engagement was a wonderful surprise at the time. "We are very happy when we are together." The couple exchanged vows in a ceremony in Palm Beach, Florida, in January 2005, which was less than a year after the proposal. Afterward, the newlyweds and their guests celebrated at the reception, which took place at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Melania Trump said in an interview with Larry King, which took place shortly after the wedding, that their wedding day was fantastic, and she added, "We had a great time." The groom stated that they stayed at Mar-a-Lago for the entire honeymoon. "Why are we going to leave our beautiful, stunning house called Mar-a-Lago and go to some tropical island where things are dirty or whatever?" he stated. Melania Trump stated, "We want to have a family," during the same conversation with King. "We would like to have a child together." Her husband agreed, saying that there is nothing better than a good marriage and nothing better than having children. "I have 4 wonderful children. If you have the financial means, having children is a wonderful experience. I know Melania, and I will not be changing the nappies. I will not be the one preparing the food. To be honest, I might never see the kids again. No, she will be an amazing mother. I will be a good father, but I will also be busy with my business deals." On March 20th, 2006, they had the opportunity to find out what kind of parents they would be when they welcomed their only child together, a son named Barron. Donald Trump told crowds that his wife was prepared for him to win the presidential election in 2016. "She is an amazing mother." In April 2016, he told supporters in Wisconsin that she loves her son Barron very much. "I must say that she will be an incredible First Lady." When she took the stage at that same event, she praised him, saying that he is someone who works very hard. "He is a nice person. He is a very kind person. He is strong. He is intelligent. He communicates very well. He is an excellent negotiator. He is being honest. He is an excellent leader. He is just." On the day of the inauguration in January 2017, the Trumps entered the White House together, and former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama welcomed them. However, only the newly elected president remained in Washington, D.C. initially. Melania Trump and her son did not move to the White House until June, when Barron's school year was over. In January 2021, the Trumps returned to their home in Palm Beach, Mar-a-Lago, prior to Joe Biden's inauguration as the 46th President of the United States. While Donald Trump was campaigning for another chance to be president in September 2023, he was asked whether his wife would be joining him on the campaign trail. He told Kristen Welker of Meet the Press that it will be soon, when the time is right, but it will be soon. She is a private person, a wonderful person, and a very self-assured person, and she has a great love for our country. She will be out there at the right time. He then said, "To be honest, I prefer to keep her away from it. It is extremely unpleasant and cruel." She made a statement expressing her support for Donald Trump after he was the target of a failed assassination attempt in July 2024, just days before the Republican National Convention. In the statement she wrote after the incident, she said, "When I watched that violent bullet strike my husband Donald, I realized my life and Barron's life were on the brink of devastating change. I am thankful to the courageous Secret Service agents and law enforcement officials who put their own lives on the line to keep my husband safe." She attended the RNC on July 18th, where Donald Trump expressed his gratitude for her letter. Donald and Melania have a relationship that will be remembered for a long time, and Donald loves his son very much. Donald Trump is proud of his son. Barron Trump, the son of President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump, attended his father's inaugurations in 2017 and 2025. He was 10 years old when his father was elected president for the first time. Now he is 6'7" tall and stole the show in 2025. He is currently studying at New York University, and he played an important part in his father's successful campaign for a second term as president. At the recent inauguration event, the president gave him a heartfelt shout-out. "Barron, my son, is very tall. Has anyone ever heard of this person?" Donald Trump says this as the people in attendance erupt into loud cheers. He was aware of the youth vote. "We received 36 more points than our opponent in the youth vote." He was telling his father that he needed to go out and do this or that. "We completed a large number of them. He has respect for each and every one of them." The president goes on to say that he had a very good understanding of them. After he was seen standing directly behind the podium with the presidential seal, the Trump heir became the center of attention on the internet. He wore a dark suit that was tailored to fit him perfectly, and he had an American flag pin on his lapel. He kept a calm and composed demeanor during the entire event, which led many people to speculate that he would become a politician someday. Some people also compared his calm demeanor to that of Elon Musk, who was seen responding excitedly to the president's comments during the event. Barron Trump is the only child that Donald Trump has with Melania Trump, and he is 18 years old. After graduating from Oxbridge Academy in West Palm Beach, Florida in 2024, he enrolled at New York University. Donald Trump and his other children, Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, Eric Trump, and Tiffany Trump, have either graduated from or attended universities in Pennsylvania and Washington, D.C. Trump asked the audience, "Have you ever heard of him?" The 18-year-old received loud applause and interacted with the audience by waving, pointing, and giving a thumbs up. He also raised his hand behind his ear to ask for more, and the crowd responded with excitement. Barron, who is now the tallest member of the Trump family, smiled and interacted with the crowd, which made his father, who was watching, proud. In the viral video, Trump can be heard asking the audience, "I have a very tall son named Barron. Has anyone ever heard of this person?" According to BBC News, the new president, who began his second non-consecutive term in the White House on January 20th, credited Barron with helping to secure the youth vote, which was instrumental in his victory over Kamala Harris in the 2024 election. On January 20th, Donald Trump was sworn in as the 47th President of the United States, marking his return to the White House. Because of an Arctic blast that brought freezing temperatures to Washington, D.C., the ceremony took place indoors at the Capitol Rotunda. Trump took the oath of office, which was administered by Chief Justice John Roberts, using both a family Bible and Abraham Lincoln's Bible. Justice Brett Kavanaugh administered the oath of office to Vice President J.D. Vance earlier today. The Vice President held a family heirloom Bible during the ceremony. According to the Associated Press, Trump's presidency got off to a quick start on his first day when he issued a number of executive orders, including the repeal of many of the policies that had been put in place by former President Joe Biden. But what kind of person is Barron Trump, really? What is Barron Trump like as a person? In a recent interview, Barron Trump's tailor, who is Donald Trump's youngest son, shared some insights about Barron, describing him as a young man who is both charming and modest when he is not in the public eye. This comes right after the 18-year-old made a rare public appearance at the inauguration of the 2025 presidential election, where his father, Donald Trump, was sworn in as the 47th President of the United States. Designer Nathan Pierce, who collaborated with Barron Trump on his fashion, provided information about Barron Trump. Pierce stated in an interview with Women's Wear Daily that Barron is a very smart kid, is down to earth, and is very sure of himself when it comes to choosing his clothes. According to Pierce, Barron Trump does not resemble an 18-year-old in any way. His experience and knowledge of history are far beyond what you would expect from someone his age. In an interview that was published by Women's Wear Daily on the 20th of January, the Pierce Bespoke CEO said, "He's this super bright kid. In terms of experience, knowledge, and history, he is far more advanced than his age would suggest. He's simply a very interesting person to have a conversation with." The entrepreneur who worked with the New York University freshmen to create a collection of suits before the inauguration in Washington, D.C., later talked about his experiences visiting Barron at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida. Nathan went on to say that he is friendly, welcoming, and very down-to-earth. "Over the past year or two, I have really enjoyed getting to know him. Do you know what other word I would use to describe Barron? Are you welcome?" Pierce said that he is friendly, welcoming, and down-to-earth. "Over the past year or two, I have really enjoyed getting to know him." Pierce also disclosed that Barron made a solo trip to Louisiana to select his suits. During that trip, Barron picked out the fabrics, buttons, and even the linings for his set of custom suits. Pierce said that he was surprised that an 18-year-old would do that. Justin Waller, a social media influencer and entrepreneur who is one of Pierce's most important customers, was the one who told Barron about Pierce's startup. Justin said he wanted to introduce me to Barron literally a week later. Pierce stated that he was on a flight to Mar-a-Lago. "He is really funny, but as I mentioned before, He is also very intelligent. If you put him in a room with successful business people, he will be able to keep up with previously shared information about his transition into college life as he continues his studies at NYU. The former model told Fox and Friends in an interview on January 13th that he will come and visit. "I think that children should be made to feel like they are 18 or 19 years old. We educate them, we provide them with guidance, and then we give them the freedom to pursue their own paths. I always respect Barron's opinions and preferences, as well as his aspirations for the future." Barron Trump, who turned heads with his sharp attire at his father's inauguration, is preparing to enter the business world. Reports indicate that he incorporated his luxury real estate venture in July 2024 with 2 young business partners. However, the company was shut down 4 months later, following Donald Trump's victory in the election. They are now getting ready to relaunch in the spring of 2025. Cameron Roxborough, a co-founder of the now-dissolved venture, and also a high school classmate of Barron, said they took a calculated pause to avoid election-related media attention, but they are all ready to focus on high-end real estate projects, including golf courses and properties in Utah, Arizona, and Idaho. Barron Trump is frequently viewed as being different from his brothers and sisters, and there are good reasons for this. Barron Trump's education was different from the family tradition as well. Barron Trump's surprising change in education. There were numerous significant differences between Donald Trump's inauguration as President of the United States today and when he first took office in 2016. He is the first president to be sworn in as a convicted felon, and he is also the oldest president to ever take office, among other things. However, Barron Trump, his youngest son, is one of the most prominent. The 18-year-old made a big change for his father's inauguration day today, as seen in the pictures from the event. Today, Barron was photographed in a tailored dark blue suit with a blue tie, where he showed off his shorter haircut in pictures from the swearing-in ceremony. Barron was only 10 years old 8 years ago, and his hairstyle back then was much different than it is now. It was shorter and slicked back. At the ceremony in 2017, when Trump was sworn in, Barron wore his long blonde hair loose and combed back. Barron has changed in more ways than just his hair. He is also much taller than his father now, which was particularly noticeable when the two shook hands and Trump had to look up at his son. According to recently released information, Barron Trump took a high-security approach to his privacy while he was attending Oxbridge Academy for high school. Barron, the youngest son of Donald and Melania Trump, had a unique experience at school because he was surrounded by Secret Service agents who were responsible for his protection. According to the Daily Express US, he was protected by operatives who waited outside his classroom and followed him around the school. Barron was officially listed under the alias Jack at school in order to keep his personal information safe. Although students and staff referred to him as Barron, this name helped him keep his identity a secret. Melania Trump also asked that Barron not be shown in any social media posts, which would add another layer of privacy to his life. According to the Daily Express US, a friend of Barron said that he was known for his humor and sociability, but he still kept to himself. This friend said that he was fun and interesting to talk to about random things, but they also pointed out that he was not interested in doing normal high school activities like football games and dances. The friend said that if Barron had a girlfriend, he kept it a complete secret. Even though he was having fun in his own way, the friend felt that Barron was missing out on what a typical high school experience should be like. Barron became a student at Oxbridge Academy, a private preparatory school located in West Palm Beach, Florida, in 2021. While he was in charge, a 911 call was made at a supermarket, which led to the school being put on lockdown. A member of the Secret Service had to enter Barron's classroom to ensure that he was safe during the incident. Barron became a public figure when his father, Donald Trump, expressed his displeasure at being unable to attend Barron's high school graduation. This was during the time that Donald Trump was on trial in New York for hush money. However, the judge eventually allowed Trump to take a day off from court, and he attended the graduation with Melania. Donald Trump recently confirmed in a statement to the New York Post that Barron is currently enrolled in a college in New York. He said that the information would be made public soon, adding, "We're going to announce it soon. He is enrolled in a specific school that is very good. However, Barron has not been seen at any college orientations or activities, which adds to the uncertainty surrounding the exact school he is attending. The former president will officially begin his second term in office on January 20th, 2025, which is Inauguration Day. This will be 4 years after he left Pennsylvania Avenue. A day later in Washington, D.C., classes for the spring 2025 semester begin at New York University, where Barron Trump is a student. After the 18-year-old received his high school diploma in May 2024 from Oxbridge Academy near West Palm Beach, Florida, he broke away from family tradition by applying to NYU. Barron Trump's father graduated from the University of Pennsylvania's Business School. Barron Trump's half-siblings, Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, Eric Trump, and Tiffany Trump, all have connections to either the University of Pennsylvania or Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. Barron Trump's parents have never explained why he chose to attend New York University instead of the University of Pennsylvania or Georgetown University. However, Barron Trump lived in Manhattan, where the main campus of NYU is located, for most of his childhood, and until his father was sworn in as the 45th president in early 2017. Barron Trump is adjusting well to college life. Since starting classes at New York University's Stern School of Business in September, Donald and Melania Trump's 18-year-old son has been a hit with the ladies. According to a source, Barron is studying business in some capacity because he is at Stern. He's a ladies' man for sure. The ladies really like him. The insider goes on to say that he is both tall and good-looking. Many people appear to find him quite good-looking. Yes, even people who are liberal like him. Barron was first seen at the university in New York City at the beginning of the after he graduated from Oxbridge Academy in Florida in May. On his first day, he was seen outside the library surrounded by Secret Service agents, and 3 security officers from NYU confirmed this to People at the time. Barron's decision about which college to attend was a popular topic of conversation all year long. In August, the former president hinted to the New York Post that his youngest son had chosen to go to a good school in New York, but he did not provide any details. Donald, who is 78 years old, confirmed Barron's college choice to the Daily Mail in September and stated that his youngest son was accepted to many colleges. That same month, Melania, who is 54 years old, spoke to Fox News about her only child going to college. "I wouldn't describe myself as an empty nester." The former First Lady told reporter Ainsley Earhart, "I don't feel that way." She stated that she raised Barron as an individual and allowed him to make his own decisions when he was growing up. Melania continued, "It was his decision to come here. He wants to live in his home, study in New York, and live in New York, and I respect that." Barron turned down the chance to be an at-large delegate for Florida at the Republican National Convention during the 2024 presidential election. His mother made a statement saying that he had other commitments at the time. In the statement, Melania wrote that Barron is honored to have been selected as a delegate by the Florida Republican Party, but he is unable to participate because of other obligations. Barron was the only one of Trump's 5 children who did not attend the convention, which took place in Milwaukee in July. However, Barron made his first appearance at a campaign rally in support of his father shortly before the RNC. According to the New York Times, Melania stated on Fox and Friends last week that her son played an important role in helping Donald win the presidential election. She stated during the interview that he was very outspoken behind the scenes of the campaign and that he was aware of exactly who his father needed to get in touch with and speak to. Barron Trump is a smart person who is not afraid to take a stand. He has finally come out and said what everyone has been thinking for a long time. Barron Trump admits what we all suspected. Barron Trump is already beginning to follow in the footsteps of his father's business legacy and is now planning on beginning his own luxury real estate company. Barron Trump, who is only 18 years old, has already gained the respect of the national political landscape in the United States. He did this by providing Donald Trump with the kind of artillery support he needed during the presidential elections in 2024, which his father won by a historic margin. According to a report from the New York Post, Barron Trump already appears to have a knack for understanding business. He was briefly involved with a company called Trump Fulcher and Roxborough Capital Inc., which was established in July of last year in Wyoming. However, shortly after Donald Trump won the U.S. elections in 2024, this company was dissolved. Nevertheless, this project is scheduled to be reintroduced in a completely new form in the spring of 2025. The main address for this company is Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida, and it is still unknown where they will be opening their office hubs in the near future. Cameron Roxborough, who is a co-founder of Barron's, says that this new company is still in its infancy. To prevent unwanted media attention related to the election, its operations were temporarily halted. However, now that Trump has been elected president and the excitement will eventually die down, Trump, Fulcher, and Roxborough Capital Inc. will continue to focus on high-end real estate projects, including golf courses and high-quality luxurious properties in Utah, Arizona, and even Idaho. Barron Trump wants to start his own business. According to business filings that were first reported by Newsweek, Donald Trump's youngest son, who will turn 19 in March, is planning to start a real estate company. Sources close to the Trump family explain how the first son might proceed from this point onwards in a series of exclusive interviews with People. According to a political source who spoke with People, Barron wants to pursue a career in politics like his father. According to the source, Barron, who is in his first year at New York University's Stern School of Business, is not currently running a successful business. However, he has taken the necessary steps to start his own company when he is prepared to do so. According to online records, Barron and two business partners incorporated a real estate company called Trump, Fulcher, and Roxborough Capital Inc. in Wyoming on July 15, 2024, the first day of the Republican National Convention, which Barron notably missed due to unexplained prior commitments. Just 4 months later, on November 14th, Barron and his business partners submitted a request to dissolve the company. Cameron Roxborough, a former classmate of Barron's from high school and one of the business partners, told Newsweek that they decided to dissolve the company in order to avoid media attention after Donald was elected president. He also mentioned that they are hoping to relaunch their business in the spring and eventually make it a subsidiary of the Trump Organization. Barron has not made any statements about his business ventures, but according to a source from People, he has already developed an entrepreneurial mindset. According to the source, he is interested in business in general, developing properties, making money, and being involved in successful projects. He has his own opinions and knows what people his age want. The source goes on to say that he is very enterprising, intelligent, and not afraid to take charge of his own career. According to another political source, Barron's business will always sell access, regardless of what it is or becomes, because of his family name and his closeness to the White House. As a result, the source claims that his business could potentially create a conflict of interest for the president if it is not monitored closely. According to the source, people who would never have the chance to be famous or powerful could use this as their opportunity. It could be buying access, paying to play, and an easy introduction to the power-seeking, money-making goal that Trump has created a model for, the source tells People. According to a social source, First Lady Melania Trump will be available to help her son Barron when he is ready to turn his business ideas into reality. According to the social source, children are starting to earn money at a younger age these days, and they are also beginning to look for and pursue careers that interest them. Melania will promote this by advising caution. She is always very protective of her son, and that should not change. What are your thoughts on Barron Trump's future? Please share your opinions with us in the comments section below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked it and want to see more.